Welcome back to Smart Dollar Mindset, the channel that helps you achieve financial freedom through smart money habits and investing. Today, we're going to explore something that can completely transform the way you manage your money, budgeting. Specifically, we'll break down the best budgeting method for 2025, and why it's different from what worked in the past. Now, I know when you hear the word budget, you might instantly think of restriction, sacrifice, or complicated spreadsheets. But budgeting isn't about depriving yourself, it's about giving yourself the freedom to control where your money goes instead of wondering where it went. And in 2025, with rising living costs, ever-changing financial tools, and the pressure of lifestyle inflation, the old way of budgeting simply doesn't cut it anymore. You need a modern method that actually fits today's challenges, while still keeping your financial goals front and center. By the end of this video, you'll not only know the best budgeting method for 2025, but you'll also have step-by-step guidance on how to implement it in your own life, no matter your income level. The truth is, most people fail at budgeting because they think it's about tracking every single expense down to the penny, living in spreadsheets, and constantly saying no to themselves. But the budgeting method that works in today's world is about simplicity, automation, and intentionally. So let's start with the biggest problem in 2025. People are overwhelmed. Between rising housing costs, student loans, inflation, and the endless temptations from online shopping and social media, people are constantly spending more than they realize. That's why the best budgeting method today has to start with one word: clarity. Clarity means knowing exactly what you earn, what you owe, and where your money is going. Without this foundation, no budgeting method in the world will work. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start decorating without laying a strong foundation. So the first step in the 2025 budgeting method is simple. Calculate your income, your fixed expenses, and your variable expenses. Write them down or use an app that makes it easy. If you don't know your numbers, you can't take control of them. Now here's where the 2025 method sets itself apart. Instead of the old school line item budgeting where you account for every tiny detail, this method is about creating spending categories that match your life priorities. It's called the 70/20/10 budget method 2.0. You may have heard of similar approaches in the past, but this one is adapted for the realities of 2025. Here's how it works. 70% of your income goes to needs and lifestyle expenses. This includes housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, and yes, even your entertainment, dining out, and streaming services. Instead of separating every little line, you put them into one big category. This makes it easier and less stressful to manage. 20% of your income goes directly to saving and investing. This is the wealth building category. It covers your retirement accounts, emergency savings, and long-term investments. The key here is automation. Set this up so that 20% of your paycheck is automatically sent to savings or investments before you even see it. 10% goes to debt repayment or extra wealth building if you're already debt-free. For people with student loans, credit cards, or car loans, this chunk is dedicated to eliminating the debt as quickly as possible. But if you're already debt-free, this 10% becomes a powerful accelerator for your investments. This method is so effective because it balances structure with flexibility. You don't need to feel guilty about every coffee or every small purchase, because as long as you stay within your 70% category, you're on track. And at the same time, you're making sure your savings and debt payments are prioritized automatically. Let me give you a real-life example. Imagine Sarah earns $5,000 a month after taxes. Using the 70/20/10 method, $3,500 goes to her lifestyle expenses, $1,000 goes directly into her investment and savings accounts, and $500 is dedicated to paying down her student loan. Sarah doesn't need to stress about every purchase she makes, she just needs to make sure her overall lifestyle expenses don't exceed the $3,500 mark. And because her savings and debt payments are automated, she never has to rely on willpower alone to do the right thing. Compare this with John, who makes the same income but has no budget system. Every month, John feels in control at the beginning, but by the end he wonders where all his money went. He tells himself he'll save whatever's left, but the truth is, nothing is left. Over time, Sarah is building wealth while John is stuck in a cycle of stress. Another key to this method's success in 2025 is automation. In today's world, we're bombarded with endless distractions and temptations, and willpower alone just isn't enough. That's why automation is your best friend. Set up direct deposits so that your savings and investments are funded automatically before you touch the money. Schedule automatic transfers for debt payments. Automate your bills where possible. By doing this, you take emotion and forgetfulness out of the equation. Remember, wealth isn't built on motivation, it's built on consistent habits. And automation makes consistency effortless. But budgeting in 2025 isn't only about numbers, it's also about mindset. If you see a budget as a punishment, you'll never stick with it. The best way to succeed is to see your budget as a tool for freedom, not restriction. Think of it this way, every dollar you allocate towards savings and investing is buying you future freedom. Every dollar you avoid wasting on meaningless spending is helping you build options for your life, options like retiring earlier, traveling more, or starting your own business. When you connect your budget to your bigger life goals, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like empowerment. One of the most powerful transitions you can make with this method is moving from reactive spending to intentional spending. Most people live paycheck to paycheck because they react to expenses as they come, instead of planning for them. For example, when the holidays roll around, they put everything on credit cards and spend months paying it off. But with the 70/20/10 method, you can create a sinking fund within your 70% category for things like holidays, vacations, or annual bills. That way, when the expense comes, you already have the money set aside. This small shift eliminates financial stress and keeps you from falling into debt traps. Another benefit of this method is that it works at any income level. If you make $3,000 a month, you can apply it. If you make $10,000 a month, you can apply it. The percentages adjust with your income, and that's what makes it scalable and realistic for 2025. And here's the most important point, as your income grows, don't let your expenses expand at the same rate. Instead, increase your savings and investments. This is how people escape the cycle of always feeling broke, even with a high income. Final thoughts. In this dynamic approach to budgeting, the 70/20/10 budget method 2.0 divides your income into three distinct categories. 70% is allocated for your essential living expenses, housing, food, and utilities, ensuring your basic needs are met. The remaining 20% is dedicated to savings and investments, setting the stage for long-term financial growth. Finally, the last 10% is reserved for personal enjoyment, allowing you to indulge in experiences that enrich your life. This method fosters a balance between enjoying the present and securing a prosperous future, empowering you to make mindful choices while eliminating money-related anxieties. Embracing this budgeting strategy transforms financial management into a rewarding endeavor rather than a burdensome task. As you implement the 70/20/10 budget method 2.0, you'll begin to notice tangible shifts in your financial landscape. Establishing a clear distinction between needs and wants enables you to prioritize your spending more effectively. By embracing this structured approach, you can confidently allocate your resources towards what truly matters without sacrificing the joy of living. Additionally, with automatic savings contributions, you'll watch your wealth grow steadily, while the 10% portion grants you the freedom to explore your passions. This creates a harmonious balance, empowering you to take ownership of your financial journey and reach your aspirations. With this method in hand, you'll find that your financial decisions become clearer and your goals more achievable. As you confidently navigate your financial journey with the 70/20/10 budget method 2.0, remember that each choice you make today builds the foundation for your tomorrow. Embrace the power of budgeting as a tool that celebrates your freedom, ensuring every dollar works towards the life you desire. Thank you for watching Smart Dollar Mindset. If this video helped you, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share it with someone who needs a better plan for their money in 2025. This channel is dedicated to helping you build wealth and achieve freedom through smart money habits and investing, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.